What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metroid Fan 12 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the game C, the Contra Adventure, which was released on the PlayStation 1 by Konami and Appaloosa Interactive. I guess how you pronounce that developer. Anyway, this game is a sequel to the game Contra Legacy of War, which was also released on the PlayStation 1. Now, the plot of the game is that a meteorite crashed near a Mayan temple in South America, and an alien race pretty much occupied this Mayan temple and pretty much used it as a base to stage a invasion on Earth. Now, Tasha, who was a member of the Contra Force, was sent to infiltrate this particular temple, but she went missing in the process. Um, Now the Contra Force uh, went and got Ray powered out of retirement and brought him back to find Tasha and stop this particular alien invasion and stuff like that. Now, um, see, the Contra Adventure has 10 stages in it, which has different perspectives in it when you're playing the game, which range from a 2D perspective or the overhead. Of course, it depends on the stage that you're on. And the stages are the City Rescue, Village, Canyon 1, Canyon 2, Pyramid 1, Pyramid 2, Weightless Elevator, Hunting, and Alien Lair. And each stage has pretty much its own mini boss, which ranges from 1 to 5 mini bosses depending on which stage you're on. And of course, each stage has its own boss and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much like the other Contra games and stuff like that. Now, as far as the weapons are concerned, they range from spread gun to like the flamethrower and stuff like that, and you also use bombs, of course. You know what I'm saying? Now, the modes in C, the Contra Adventures are like start game, art scenes, load game, and basic training. Now, start game, of course, is pretty much the main story of the game where you play as Ray Powered. Now, in options, you can pretty much change the difficulty, whether easy, normal, or hard. The sound options, whether mono or stereo. Plus, you can change the button configuration, whether it's more so the control configuration, whether the button, along with changing the volume of the effects and music. Now, load game is pretty much where you pick up where you left off that. And part as far as basic training mode is concerned, it's pretty much the tutorial of the game where you have you get used to the controls, and it's in a third person view and everything. I'm just wondering why the game itself, like, why that's not in third person. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the graphics and design for the Contra Adventure are okay, but they're not impressive. You know what I'm saying? And the color palette is bland and mediocre and stuff like that. And it doesn't help that the graphics and the design haven't aged all that well and everything. Now, the controls and gameplay are decent. I do like the weapons, but the main problem is that the it's not as fast paced as the other Contra games that came before it. Whether you're talking about Contra and Super C on the NES, um, Contra 3 or Contra Hard Corps for the Sega Genesis, and of course Contra 3 is on Super Nintendo and stuff. You know, now the soundtrack is pretty much far from impressive. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you compare, especially when you compare it to the previous Contra games. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're talking about Contra 4 for the DS, or you talk about the Contra for the original NES and stuff like that. You know, now I can say that see the Contra Adventure is pretty much a disappointing, mediocre game that ended up being the worst Contra game to be released on any console and stuff. You know what I'm saying? To me, I would be honest enough to say this: just stick to a Contra, to one of the other Contra games that was like released on the NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and like Nintendo 64. Not Nintendo 64 because there isn't a Contra game for that. But I am referring to like Contra 4 that was released on the Nintendo DS and stuff. So stick to any other game, any other Contra game, but this one. You know what I'm saying? If you want a good Contra game. As far as the score, I definitely give it a 4 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily as bad as some people make it out to be, but it is the worst Contra game nonetheless. With that being said, you can sound off in the comment section about see the Contra Adventures. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or hate it. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you think this is the worst Contra game to be released. And if you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metro Fan 12 signing off.